So how about the Jacksonville Jaguars pulling off an incredible comeback, down 27-0. They end up winning the game 31-30. Let's talk about it all. Let's talk about the 4 interceptions early on and just what was going wrong in general, and then kind of the shifts that they made to allow themselves to come back and kind of how they were able to calm things down. There's so much to get to, so let's just get into it. Let's start off with the first interception. Would not be the last interception. Kind of a fluky play. What's weird is that the first 2 interceptions were actually pretty unlucky. I was kind of, at first like, okay, yes, Jacksonville's down, but they've gotten some tough breaks. I'm not going to, completely freak out just yet. Granted, they earned some of those turnovers a little bit later, but still, you see this situation where it's going to be a play action, quick pass over the middle. Okay, simple enough. Watch as you see Lawrence run to play action, and you see right here, okay, this can work. Kind of get it in between those 2 Charger players and then try to time this one perfectly. There could be a window to make a throw, and it's also worth mentioning he's not really prepared for Joey Bosa to impact this play, right? This is not a situation where an edge rusher typically impacts the play because you get rid of the ball so quickly, but Bosa's going to make really an incredible read on this one. Watch Bosa reach a hand out, knocks it up, and it gets intercepted. I mean, it's an incredible play from Bosa, and it's kind of one of those plays that there wasn't really that much Lawrence could do to control that or to avoid that. Just kind of a fluky play that went against them. Fluky maybe isn't the right word because it was a great defensive play, but I don't hold that against Lawrence too much. And even this one was, if we're being honest, this probably should have been a penalty. The broadcast said it should have been a penalty, and I don't disagree necessarily. It was just kind of a tough break for Jacksonville where you see the concept and how it works. And also worth mentioning, it's 4th down. So Lawrence, you can take some chances here, right? On 4th down, why not throw the ball down the field even if you don't love the route you see, because interception can sometimes be better than a incompletion because it can help you field position wise. It can also hurt you field position wise, but still, you don't want to throw an interception. But at the end of the day, if you're going to throw an interception, now's the time to do so. Look at how when Lawrence takes the snap, there was a better angle of it, but you definitely see that Samuel kind of grabs on a little bit. It wasn't massive, so I get why they didn't call it. Zay Jones kind of initiated a contact, so you could argue that sometimes they don't love to call those when the receiver initiates the contact and then the defender sort of holds on. They won't always call those. I thought it was still enough, though, that they could have called it. That's just my interpretation, but still, the reality is, hey, it's football. Sometimes the calls don't get made the way you want to. You got to play it out, the way that you can. Samuel kept playing it out, whereas Zay Jones kind of stopped on the route a little bit. Samuel was able to get the interception. I give him credit for closing it out. I also don't really blame Lawrence for this. This is the correct throw, in my opinion, from Lawrence. This next one was the first, Lawrence, let's get it together a little bit type of play. It's a zone coverage play. It's a mesh concept that the Jaguars are running where you see kind of all that underneath, crossing stuff. That this stuff can work really well against man. It's deadly against man. Not quite as effective against zone coverage because, all the traffic doesn't really do much as the Chargers are going to basically just let you run there. Like watch as when Lawrence takes the snap, you see that really if you're going to make this play work, you kind of have to throw it pretty quickly. If you wait too long, those corners are in position to where they can make a play. And so you see that Samuel, again, doing such a good job of reading this play, just doing a great job of reading where Lawrence is looking, seeing what's happening, knowing where the ball could go, and stepping in front of the passing lane. This is, in my opinion, this was his best. I don't know, his next interception was also really good, but this one might have been his best interception of the night. It's such a great play. Although the flip side is Lawrence should have seen this. I think Lawrence should have noticed this and at least put the ball out of harm's way. I don't know. I don't know what you do in this situation, but Lawrence shouldn't have done what he did. As you see, he just fires it right there anyways, and it ends up getting intercepted. And these are bad interceptions, right? It's not just interceptions, but it's interceptions in positions where, the 4th down one wasn't that bad, but, the other 2 that I've showed you already were interceptions that basically just put points directly on the board for the Chargers. Going over here now, so this one is going to be a zone coverage play. You have Evan Ingram going to be working on, once again, Asante Samuel Jr., and it's just going to be, again, kind of one of those 50-50 ball, giving your receiver a chance type plays that's going to backfire. And, I think that the Jaguars made a lot of effort in improving the receiving core. In some areas, people criticize them for overpaying, but still they kind of overpaid for still good talent that allowed them to at least have guys to throw to. Obviously, I'm referring to the Christian Kirk contract with that one, and but even like Evan Ingram has been an upgrade, someone I got in free agency. I really felt like in this game, like man, during some of these plays, it's like you could really use a Calvin Ridley right here, who they obviously will get next year, but still. This play, so it's Evan Ingram. Watch what happens. Lawrence takes the snap. There is going to be pressure, but Lawrence is able to get rid of it before the pressure gets there. Again, you see kind of this one-on-one situation. The issue is just that Evan Ingram is not winning this one-on-one matchup. Watch Samuel close out to the ball so well because that's a great catch. I mean, if a receiver made that grab, you'd say what a catch by the receiver. So the fact that a defensive back is doing it is really impressive. And again, kind of understandable for Lawrence, but the reality is when you throw 4 interceptions in the first half, no matter how understandable some of them are, you're going to have a hard time in that football game. But then all of a sudden, here comes Jacksonville, and it was with a lot of stuff like this, which is just simple stuff, but stuff we expected to see the Jaguars be able to do in this game. Part of why I picked the Jaguars to win this game heading into it was because I thought this is the Jacksonville Jaguars offense we were going to see, which is Doug Peterson being able to just scheme stuff up, find ways and get into gaps in coverage that the Chargers will be in. Something like this where you have a receiver who's going to run into a gap in coverage like that. Watch as Lawrence takes the snap and he's going to look and there's a window right there where Lawrence can make the throw. It's not a huge window, but Lawrence has been very good at hitting these this season. And as you see, he times it up well. They're able to pick up a first down. Little things like that were just what they were doing effectively and how they were moving the ball down the field. It wasn't a lot of bombs. There were some. We'll get into it, but a lot of it was just the little thing, like something like this as well, where I love how they didn't abandon the run game and they didn't abandon the screen pass game. Screen passes were a big way they were able to be effective the last time these two teams played each other, and I think it's a big way that they were able to be effective and get back into this game, get the ball in Travis Etienne's hands. It makes sense. Watch as Lawrence hits Etienne, who's able to run forward and pick up a first down. Little things like that are that's a big way that they're able to, be effective at moving the ball down the field and why they were able to get back into the game. And, when you do stuff like this, it can then set up bigger things to happen. There was this play, which, quite frankly, this was just kind of a mistake by the Chargers more than anything. I thought kind of a weird play where the only thing I can think of is so there's a safety who's deep that's off screen, and I believe the safety thought that the route that's closest towards the top of the screen was going to be a go route, and he was protecting against that. That's what I think was happening. Because watch how when this play begins, you see that, just nobody picks up Zay Jones right there. He's completely open. So I'm assuming that they thought the safety would be covering Jones, but the safety is covering someone else. I don't know. Some kind of blown coverage. I'd probably have to be in the huddle or at least be able to see the all 22 footage to figure out exactly what went wrong there. But Lawrence makes a beautiful throw, and what I weren't quite able to get the 2-point conversion, which definitely is a big deal in that spot. Still a huge play, and getting kind of a chunk play is obviously big as well as you're trying to make up some of these possessions. But it's really just a fantastic job, and a fantastic job by Trevor Lawrence to be able to make something like this happen. Or this one. This is Christian Kirk showing he's worth every penny. No Jaguars fan thinks he's overpaid. What this guy did in the fourth quarter in this one, in this play, I don't know. It was just great. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup. You see his route, so it just, hey, go win. There is 2 safeties deep, but if you get close enough towards the sideline, there still will be just a one-on-one situation, which is what's going to happen. Lawrence takes the snap, and he throws from the hash marks on the top of the screen. That's worth noting. This is not an easy angle. He has to really get it over there, but get it over there he is getting. Perfect throw, great catch from Christian Kirk. Great route from Kirk to get himself that open. There was then the Jacksonville going for 2, which was a wild call. I don't know if I would have had the guts to call myself, but Peterson, he's always gone aggressive. That's how he does it, especially in big games, and it, got him a Super Bowl, so, it works out all right for him. So yeah, really just a remarkable game, a very fun game, I thought. Congratulations to the Chargers as they were able to pull off the victory. A lot of fun stuff. But yeah, that's what I thought about all of it. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.